So we know about pretty much everything that's happened when it comes to public information regarding Tia Mowry's divorce. First off, she's done everybody the favor of making sure she's documented it very well. I've done you the favor of making sure I filter it through some coffee here on the coffee pod. But there's always one question that I had when it came to Tia Mowry and her graduation. There was always one question I had when it came to Tia, and that question had to do with her ex-husband, Cory Hardrict. I always wondered, man, for someone who is so open about her relationship and marriage, he was the exact opposite. And I've always said how interesting it would be to get his take when it came to like this whole situation. What did he think about all this? Because obviously there were differences within the relationship, and they're two different people who would feel differently about the situation. Spoiler alert, before I play you this video, he doesn't believe he went through a ceremonial graduation at all. No. Nah. You hear him give his side of the story. It doesn't sound like a celebration. Trisha, why do you even care? Well, because I think a lot of men go through this. I think a lot of men go through what Cory Hardrick's going through, really terrible divorce. And, you have the woman who's encouraged and empowered. Society will empower a lot of women to leave marriages and break up homes. Of course, we're not talking about situations where the woman is being hurt physically, emotionally, all that, toxicity, because people want to jump to the extremes, guys. Here we're talking about someone who decided, hey, I've graduated. I am done. This has nothing to do with cheating or stepping out, according to Cory Hardrict. But even if it did, let's be honest. Let's really drink the coffee. People work through cheating. It's something people do work through. This has nothing to do with that. This was a woman who left based on what it seemed like a search for happiness. And we finally are hearing Cory actually open up about what he thinks. And the reason why this is important is there are a lot of men out here who they're not going to run to social media like the chicks we see here on the coffee pot a lot of times. They're quiet. They're by themselves trying to figure it out, keeping low. Hopefully you have someone with you. Hopefully you're talking to somebody, because men do need a safe space to talk about these things as well. Cory Hardrict speaks out for the first time since his divorce. No more wasting time. Just get it.
It's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands, and no one's there for you, and it's just like, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong, but it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. Nobody see that.
A year and a half crying himself to sleep at night, he says, and nobody saw that. She should stop acting like this man is an angel. I'm sure he's not. But that's not the point here. She's not an angel either. None of us are. I'm just contrasting the difference between the way she's viewing this divorce and breakup of their family and the way he was obviously viewing it while she was going on the divorce tour and sharing everything with everyone publicly. He's sitting there crying himself to sleep every night because he probably wanted to keep his family together. He did not want to go through this. Just keep listening.
Yeah. Nobody see that. Yeah. You live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was. Yes. I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like I'm here and I'm still going because,
All right, so there you guys go. He says, I'm stronger than I thought I was. And by the grace of God, I'm still going. I'm still going. And even more important, he says, everybody that knows Cory Hardrict knows that his family was the most important thing to him. How many men can relate to this? That their family is the most important thing. And a lot of people may ask, well, why? Why is it that a man puts so much value into his family? Well, maybe it's because he invests so much into his family. Oh no, he probably wasn't emotionally available or doing every single thing right. Okay, he wasn't perfect. But like most men sacrifice for their family. Most men look at their resources and think, wow, I can support my family better. They think of making more money and don't think, this is mine, this is me, I. They think, wow, I would love to use my resources. And I'm talking about men who value marriage, right? And uphold the values of marriage. These men see access to resources as a means of providing for their family and see their family as something that they've worked hard for, sacrificed for, and they give and they give and they go without. And when that gets stripped away from that man, it is obviously a difficult thing to go through. What I wanted to see were some comments, and that video didn't actually have any comments. So I'm going to go see if we have some comments here on Instagram. Maybe somebody sent me something. I'm curious to see what people think about this. I couldn't have been the only one who thought, what is his perspective on this whole thing? Where's his mind at? I wonder what type of advice he would give other men who value marriage, or how he would advise that they move differently. Would he say, hey, get a prenup, or maybe just avoid getting married overall? We know that like 86% of people who marry get remarried. So most people still find value in getting married again. Now, a lot of people will say things like, maybe he cheated. I found a video of him addressing that, and I just wanted to play that. And we're going off his word the same way that, everyone else is going off Tia Mowry's words. And he claims that there was no cheating involved. Check it out.
Never cheated, period. So there you go. You wanted your answer, so there you go. All right, so get back to your business. So there you go. You got your answer. You got your answer, right? All right, cool. I ain't said that for 8 months, but I just answered you right there. So
I haven't said nothing for 8 months, but I just answered you right there. This man has incredible self-control, in my opinion, because let's be honest, how many men today, modern men, would be able to sit back and have people speculate whether you cheated? And by the way, if he said nothing, I would assume maybe it happened once. I don't live in a delusional world where I think that these men who have millions of women sliding in their DMs, chasing after him, don't sometimes slip. I'm sure it happens. I've said in other videos that, hey, you look at the Derrick Jacksons and you have women who right now would date Derrick Jackson and would be surprised when he cheats again. Or a famous basketball player and would be surprised when that man would also fall into temptation. Shisha, are you saying that they aren't men out there who can't be loyal? It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying most can't. Drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Most can't. Most can't. And this includes the ones who think they can, who've never had that type of access to women at all. And you'll be surprised the couples who women try to lift up on a pedestal. And, this just makes him, if this is true, look a lot better and her worse if he never cheated. Think about that. Never stepped out. Never stepped out. Must be devastating. Let's keep listening.
So there it is. So that wasn't it. So you got something else to say? You got something else to say? All right, then. There it is.
All right, that's that. There's also another thing I was thinking of checking out, which I just don't know if I don't want to get some type of a copyright on my channel, but I know that Cory Hardrict and Megan Good are working on a movie called Divorce in the Black. Oh, no, it's actually out right now. I think it is. Yeah, Divorce in the Black. It's actually out. And I reported on this movie the first time I heard it announced by Tyler Perry. Some of you may remember this. Some of you may not actually remember me reporting on this movie. But I remember bringing this movie up when it was in the works. And I thought that Divorce in the Black was like Divorce in the Black and community was the word that was missing. But also, somebody else also pointed out what it means to be in the black. Hold on. Why am I doing this? We've got AI now. I'm not an accountant, so that was the first time I heard that specific term. And that's why I appreciate the comments, man. You learn so much through the comments. Miss Coffee, we're going to talk to our assistant AI barista, Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, what does it mean to be in the black when it comes to accounting?
In accounting, being in the black refers to a financial condition where a company or individual has positive net earnings or profits. It's the opposite of being in the red, which signifies having financial losses or being in debt. Being in the black indicates that revenues or income exceed expenses, resulting in a surplus or profit. It's a favorable position that indicates financial health and profitability.
All right, so obviously financial health and profitability, but here they're obviously using this as, they're figuratively speaking. And so translated, this would translate differently, right? So if you've actually seen this movie, let me know what you think. The first thing I realized when I looked at the two main stars in this movie, Megan Good and Cory Hardrict, I said, both of these two have been divorced, right? The actress was married to Devon Franklin, who is a pastor, this guy right here. And he was, of course, married to Tia Mowry. Now, we don't know exactly why Megan Good was divorced and why her husband left her. We could only speculate. But definitely an interesting play, I think, when it comes to Tyler Perry and how he's approaching this specific conversation. You can tell that a lot of these media companies and production companies and directors in Hollywood, they follow the conversations being had within the general public, right? They follow these conversations so they can learn more and give the people what they want. My question to you, have you guys seen this movie? Is there some coffee in it? What do you guys think? And of course, watch out for spoiler alerts in the comment section if you're probably going to see this movie.